Jolene's gonna take over this area here if everybody's okay with that.
Oh my god, I got another tip.
Yeah, Justin!
That's my boyfriend!
Story time. Uncle Justin. What? Up. Well, I must admit, my niece, Gracie, now calls me Uncle Justin Bieber. People are shushing for me. Okay. So, here we go. Once upon a time, in a land down the block, the hummingbirds, hummingbugs returned on their prime number clock. Digging through root, dirt, mud, bark, and rock, they climb from the soil and to the trees they flock. But that isn't all, because it also seems that since the hummingbugs will wake from their dreams, other creatures as well are flocking in teams. The swans, ducks, and geese all followed the streams. The wolves, foxes, and bears all came from the woods. The squirrels and chipmunks all carried their goods. The deer and the peacock looked proud as they stood, and even stray cats and dogs left their neighborhoods. The honeybees danced, and the foxes were down. The hedgehogs and gophers all came up from the ground. The pigeons flew in from somewhere downtown, and the snap turtle shared a new upside-down frown. Animals everywhere, both far and near, knew that this was the 17th year. Knew the daughter of hummingbugs would shortly appear, and collectively the animals started to cheer. And in their cheering, a hole in the ground opened quite quickly and most rotundly round. And from the hole came she without a sound, the princess of bugs, most naturally renowned. Her eyes were as red and as orange as fire, and hanging her wings slightly resembled a lyre. With long onyx hair as her only attire, her splendor was the model of sought-after desire. And although most subjects could happily howl, one cat pointed her tail and let out a growl, shouting, "It is a blue man!" with her face in a scowl. The animals all turned as their affair turned afoul. "I'm sorry," said the blue man, "that I suddenly appeared, but this situation is incredibly weird." And just as the blue man most frightfully feared, the animals approached, and he backed as they neared. "Please," said the blue man, "I mean you no harm. I don't mean to break up your woodland party farm." And the princess, who fluttered with her fair maiden's charm, approached the blue man, taking him by the arm. The magic that made the princess appear seemed to whisper in the blue man's ear, and he knew he loved her, and it became clear that this princess was born on her 17th year. "My princess, I'm sorry, but I must let you know that the other blue men don't know what I know, and don't know I let you let my love grow, and won't like it at all when they find you unclothed." He took off his jacket and put it on her, said, "We must soon leave her, and leave here, and the princess concurred. For where you are standing shall soon be a whir, and as the construction of condos is about to occur." They remained there 3 weeks in each other's embrace, and she taught the blue man of natural grace, of flowers and creatures, of time and of space, and the beautiful look on a true lover's face. The hummingbugs hummed, "You must now leave, for the beating this land is about to receive is making all creatures begin to pre-grieve. You've remained here enough, now don't be naive." And the princess said, "Yes, but where shall we go?" And the cat said, "We know a place where the trees still grow." And the blue man said, "Come," slightly smiling, saying so. And the cats led them north by the firefly's glow. The animals left them on the side of the shore, for the animals could be with the princess no more. They must trust the blue man and the oath that he swore to serve and protect till he reached age 44. The blue man then pondered how they could cross, for swimming such distance will force them into exhaust. And just as the blue man thought that all hope was lost, some tiny little fish set a sunken ship aloft. And the fish felt pleased that they could assist, since the princess's party they unfortunately missed. And they said, "Princess, we indeed must insist that you get in our ship and sail on through the mist." And the princess said, "Thank you, my little fish friends. The love that I feel for you truly ascends anything you can see through your fish eyes lens." And the Blue Man began rowing just around the river bend. He stayed within the mist at the fish's request, and the princess found need for some unbothered rest. The Blue Man said, "Princess, I don't mean to distress, but I think that this sunk ship has finished its quest." The view of the stone woods was too much to handle, for the princess did not know of the spire-inspired scandal, that the island of many hills lit by the green lady's candle was victim to a stonemason acting as a vandal. And the princess said, "What happened? This land was once green. The vandals have just made this place so obscene. And when I'm no longer princess and aged to a queen, I will return to this land and make the land clean." And the Blue Man, who knew more now than he should, was more worried now about her true greater good. And though she may wish it, she just never would reach the age of 18, and he then understood. She'll return to the ground, but not from whence she came, and in 17 years she shall pass on her name to another young princess of that same acclaim. Their daughter would meet the same natural fame. They walked through the stone field in the dead of the night, and the princess just found the whole place a fright. She didn't bother looking up, though try as she might, she couldn't ignore the terrible sight of the wood she was to use as her new home, surrounded in concrete, in steel, and in stone. "We'll use the north woods, or as far to roam," said the Blue Man, who was met with only a groan. The hummingbugs arrived at the princess's knoll, and said, "Mr. Blue Man, you must dig a hole, for the previous land of our daughter you stole, you and your brethren who have no self-control." But they didn't notice the Blue Men surrounding, while the princess's Blue Men met the cause of his grounding. And he dug with his hands in the earth for the founding of the princess's new home, which she found astounding. "Freeze!" shouted a different Blue Man. "We have you surrounded and we'll shoot if we can." The princess said, "Please, don't spoil his plan. I need to return to the earth with my clan." The princess laid herself down in the dirt, while her loyal Blue Man ignored their alert. He started to unmake her body overt, as another Blue Man took the chance to be hurt. "We're going to shoot if you don't just stop," the Blue Man exclaimed. "On your knees, now, just drop!" But the loyal Blue Man only stopped at the pop, and he fell in the hole with an unfortunate flop. He landed on top of the princess and gave a look to her that seemed entirely grave. And the princess, screaming, gave her hand a wave, and the hummingbugs gathered, and like hummingbirds behave, they hummed and they hummed until it was so loud that they couldn't hear anything over the crowd. And all the Blue Men, with weapon endowed, fell to the ground, and the princess was proud. The hummingbugs stripped the Blue Men of their dreams, and forget them of their false protection schemes. They forgot the princess and what she means to the land of natural browns and of greens. Thank you, hummingbugs, my beautiful dears, for I have waited all of these long years to come out of the earth and be greeted by cheers, but now all I hear is the sad sound of tears. And the hummingbugs buried the lovers together, and there they shall lay together forever, until their daughter is born and is found by whomever is wandering through the north woods of heather. Just want to say, I think there need to be more fairy tales in the world. I don't know why they stop, but they need to continue. The end.